G'day guys, Matt from the Explore Life here. This morning we've woken up at the beautiful Fraser Island and I'm going to take you for a walkthrough on the new 14-foot Skye RV. Come with me, we're going to do the whole thing inside and out. All right guys, before we kick off, welcome to Skye RV. Now, I've been lucky enough to be working with this team for the last 3 years. They are a family owned and operated business out of the Sunshine Coast. Now, I got involved with the team a few years ago. My experience, I've spent the last 10 years creating off-road and camping content. I've done a couple laps around Australia. I've done a lap around America in the Skye RV and even some touring through Africa and some other parts of the world. I've towed all different types of vans and I really could not recommend Skye RV high enough. So today, we're gonna take you through the ins and outs. We're gonna show you all the little details. So we're gonna kick it off at the front of the van and work all the way through. Okay guys, to kick it off, the Skye RV are purpose-built off-road and off-grid. These are the take anywhere with luxury, in style, and know they're gonna get you there and back. So if you're looking for an on-road van, this is not your cup of tea. If you're looking to go absolutely anywhere and have your van following you, be able to sit off-grid with the bulk power, with the capability, then this is the van for you. So to kick it off guys, up front, DO35, very well known, Cruise Master Hitch, simple application, not too much to talk about there. When it comes to an off-road van, these are an absolute must. You got your handbrake up front. Now this is a cool little feature that we've implemented over the last year. It is your electric jockey wheel. Simply push of a button, down it goes. You've got adjustability in the leg. It just makes it this much easier to be able to set up your camp without having to muck around. Jockey wheels always tend to end up clogged, rusted, hard to pivot. This is just a really nice, simple solution. The chassis, this is very important, especially in an off-road van, guys. So we are running a 50 by 150 hot dip galvanized chassis. They then actually prime it and we wrap to coat it black. This just gives you that extra protection, plus the look of the black chassis is absolutely beautiful. Now, underneath, guys, we've got a custom Skye RV independent full off-road airbag swing arm setup. Japanese bearings, 12-inch disc brakes, which is incredible when you pull up to camp to be able to level out your van, or if you're on those heavy corrugations, cruising up to the tip of Australia or across the Gib, you know it's going to get you there and home and you're not going to shake the absolute buggery out of your van. Everything inside will still be there when you rock up to that beautiful campsite at the end of the Gib River Road. Up front, we got the toolbox set up. Now, we actually do something very unique on the Skies and I'll get into that in a minute. But for now, we've got the front toolbox set up. It's raked back at a nice angle. This acts as your stone deflector. Wrapped aligned, it'll put all the stone, sand, as you can see. We are up here on Fraser. We use our products, we test our product. So they're gonna be just a little dirty and a little covered in sand, so bear with me. On this side here, guys, to kick it off, we've got our diesel hot water. Now, it is a diesel heating unit, diesel heat and diesel hot air inside the van. You've got a 15-litre diesel built-in fuel tank, plus 2 extra 10-litre jerry cans here. You can run both petrol, both diesel, one diesel, whatever you like to suit your tow vehicle or maybe some of the other toys that you're bringing on the trip. Simple filler here, guys, and then you've got your breather there. And this is pretty cool. You've actually got your flick mixer with an external outlet. So you can have your outdoor shower here. You can plug in, you can hose down your bikes. Plus, we've got a handy fitting here for your air compressor. So all you have to do is plug your air hose in and you can pump up your tyres for your van and your vehicle. Pretty cool. We've got an external flick mixer on both sides. I'll give you a look at the other side in a minute, but that definitely comes in super handy, especially up here on the beach. Quick swim, little rinse off before you get into cooking some breakfast. Now, this is a feature that we are extremely proud of. A little pop top here, I'll open it up to give you a better look, guys. The 12 volt ducted air conditioned system. Now, what's so incredible about this is we build these vans so you're able to get out there and stay off grid for as long as you want. The ability to have a 12-volt aircon means you can run that air conditioner day in, day out without completely destroying your battery system. On a great day like today with some solar coming in, you'll be able to run that air condition, no worries at all. We'll get into the 12-volt system a little bit later, but 12-volt air conditioner, absolute game changer. So on the right-hand side of the box, guys, we have a couple of gas bottles, two 4.5 kilo gas bottles. Perfect. Once again, everything's designed for you guys to stay out there off grid as long as possible. 9 kilos of gas. That's a long time sitting off road cooking a barbecue, I tell you that much. So as we sneak around, I told you there was another flick mixer on this side, plus all of your water switching is done right here. Now they do a couple of really unique things on this van. Each tank is actually individually switched. There's 320 litre food grade water tanks, 360 litres of fresh water, absolutely incredible. The ability to be able to switch in between each tank means you can adjust the weight load on your van. It means if you wanted to pull water out of the creek because you're sitting off grid, once again, you're able to have 2 tanks for drinking water and 1 tank for showers, washing down the cars, cooking, whatever it might be. Very simple system. Water in, fills your tanks, water out with that other flick mixer for showering or for the kitchen sink, which we're going to get into in a minute. There's also another air outlet here if you need it. Plus, down the bottom, handy bayonet fitting for your gas, which means when I slide this Weber out, it's all right here at your fingertips where you need it. Now, one thing we hear a lot is, gee, this is a big looking 14-foot van. And that's because we do something very unique that I was talking about at the very start here. Typically on your 14-foot vans and even our previous models, this section through here used to be part of your toolbox. So you had a massive big black toolbox on the front with the front box. What we've gone and done now is we've actually extended the 14-foot van all the way through. We brought the shell of this van right up to almost that 16-foot mark, which means instead of having a toolbox up front here, we're able to have extra storage up top, plus all the proper dust, waterproof seals, making sure that everything in this front hatch is perfectly sealed. Plus, to be honest, I just think it gives the van a much cleaner look without having this toolbox sitting up the front. Now, we used to have a bit of wood storage on the front. Don't worry, we now have a handy wood box that sits across the front of these vans. This model hasn't got it, it's on the newer editions. It simply folds out, you're able to stack some wood on the front. Plus, there's also some wood storage options for the rear. But for now, let's rip into the front hatch. Here you can see your 3 water tank levels, which is awesome. Very clear, very simple, all the lines like we were talking about here with your 3 different tanks. 120, 120, 120. Now there is a 80 litre grey water tank that you've got your gauge here so you can see how you're tracking with that, and a 20 litre black water tank as well. Check this out, this is very cool, guys. So we slide this one out, and this is either your barbecue, whether it be a little Ziggy, whether it be your baby Weber, or this fancy little unit that's taking the caravan industry by storm, the Ninja Woodfire. It's a smoker, it's a grill, air fryer, roaster. You can bake, you can dehydrate, and you can reheat. So it's a little 7-in-1 unit. I think these are going to be extremely popular. We managed to just fit it in on our little Weber Q mount here perfectly. So it's up to you. A lot of people run the Weber Q here, but I think you're gonna start seeing these absolutely everywhere. Okay, so underneath your barbecue, when you finish cooking, guys, your kitchen sink. Now, once again, practical and simple. Simply take your hose, plug it straight into your external flick mixer. You can change this however you like. Turn it on, instant hot water to do your dishes. Now, this is a very cool feature. I want to show you this. Every time you're typically at camp and you're doing the washing up, pull the plug, and what happens? The water goes everywhere, or you have to run an external hose that you've got to clip on and try and run it out underneath the caravan. Well, come and have a look at this. Pop the plug, There's a little button up here. Pull the button, it actually sucks the water out. You can hear it sucking all the water dry. So what's really cool about that is it just runs straight out of the hose, sucks it straight into your grey water tank. You can either leave that grey water valve open, depending on where you are. Some spots, you're not allowed to just dump all your sink water all over the ground. You might be on a Caravan slab. So simple, easy and practical, guys. It's what it's all about. Now, while we got the sink all set up, I want to show you a cool little feature that we've got here. Now, this is your fridge hatch. Massive 95 litre fridge that I'll show you in a minute, but check this handy little feature out, the drying rack. While you're washing up your dishes, straight on the drying rack. You don't have to worry about wiping everything down. You can leave them there, go and enjoy your coffee, whatever it is while you're finished washing up. Come back, straight from the drying rack back into your storage drawers. Once again, everything is simplicity, everything flows, everything where you need it. Let me show you how simple it is to pack up. Once you put your clean dishes away, all you have to do, make sure that flick mix is off, pull this one out here, guys. I just tuck it in there, or you can roll it up in the sink, slide that one in, and it really is that simple. It's done. It's away. That's your washing up, finished. Now, let me show you the fridge. The idea behind the 14 footers is you still want to be living outdoors, right? You're still camping, you've got the luxuries, and when we get inside, I'll show you that there is obviously the opportunity to cook, eat, and live inside. But when you're at a beautiful location like Fraser Island, you really want to be spending most of your time outdoors. So we've got a huge double lid fridge, freezer, all freezer combo, depending on what you want to do. There is another fridge inside. You've got a 110 upright fridge inside, but predominantly how I typically run this setup is I'll have one side as a freezer for these longer trips away. One side is a little bit of a beer fridge, all those quick to grab items, lettuce, tomato, cheese, and then you can have other food stored inside. So the cool thing about having the fridge here is you simply grab your food out straight onto the massive prep bench that I'll get into shortly. But for now, I want to run you through some of the switching. Once again, everything is clearly labelled so you know exactly what's going on. You've got your diesel gauge here, so you can keep an eye on how much diesel's in your tank for your hot water and hot air. The airbag control system is here, guys, so when you rock up to camp and you want to do the levelling, simple left, right toggle, up, down. It's foolproof. There's even a handy level gauge on the front of the van so you can make sure you're exactly level and where you want to be. Now, you've got your light switches, front lights, kitchen lights, ground lights, storage box lights, rear lights. The spare light actually turns on the awning light. We're going to relabel that one. Now we've got these beautiful built-in awning lights, and then push of a button for your awning. Another really cool feature is there a toggle switch. So you can either have flicked up, that'll get you your bright white light, or you can flick it all the way down and that's going to give you your amber light. Amber light is great when you're around the camp. There might be a few mozzies. You can turn the whole campsite orange, which means you're not going to attract all those bugs. Let's get in to the kitchen area, the prep bench area. While I'm closing everything up, guys, all the latches are simple, they're lockable. They're a double dust and waterproof seal, so you don't have to worry about any water or dust sneaking in there. Here's an example of us doing a massive water crossing up north. And after we got through all of that, guys, everything was nice and dry. So here we go, the kitchen, the hub. You can never have enough table space when you're out camping. You can use this as a chopping board. You've got plenty of space. Now let me run you through all the individual drawers. To kick it off with this exciting feature, the induction cooktop, absolutely incredible. There's a bit of breeze at the moment, guys. To get away from gas, this has a big enough 12-volt system to run the induction, no dramas. Big inverter, 3,000 watt inverter. I'll show you the full system in a minute. But you've got the twin induction here. Means you don't have to worry about the wind blowing the gas out. You're not building little forts all around your gas cooktops. Once again, simple, practical, guys. Nice little storage at the back section here. Your spatulas, your spoons, all those sorts of things. That tucks away. On this side here, more storage, knives, you know, all your utensils go in this nice long drawer. As we move around, this is perfect for your plates, your cups, your bowls. Bulk storage drawers absolutely everywhere, guys. You've got enough storage to sink a battleship. On the right-hand side here, we do have one larger drawer. This has been specifically designed because I was out camping. We used to have two. We used to have 3 drawers here, I believe. You want somewhere to put those larger items, those big, bulky saucepans, pots, pans. This is your saucepan pot pan drawer. Extremely handy, right where you want it once again. As we cruise along, you've got a nice little spice rack. Those things you want to grab at your fingertips, spices, salt, peppers. We got our coffee beans in here as well, guys. And then more storage, whether you want to use that as pantry, whether you got your pantry up here. It really is up to you to customize the kitchen setup. With the coffee machine, once again, this runs off your 240. So we've got 2 240 volt outlets right there, all running off the inverter. 3000 watt, that's big enough to do your air fryers, your coffee machines, your toasties, your induction, all of the above. We've got a TV point here, which means you can set up the outdoor telly. Maybe the footy's on, the grand final, plug it in, whack a big TV out here, chuck a little aerial on the roof, and you're good to go. Above that, we've got a 12 volt socket outlet there. We've got USB and USB-C and 2 more USB ports. It's a great little spot. Typically we use this if you want to charge your phone, plug it in. It's all right there where you want it while you're sitting around camp. Great little spot for a speaker. We don't have a built-in stereo. Typically we run the Bose speakers. It's just easy. It allows you to actually take it, walk away with it, and whatever other activity you're doing around camp. Maybe you want to sit it around the fire. You don't need to have the stereo blasting everywhere. You can take the music where you want it, which we've just found is a better option. Kick back, enjoy the serenity. That's what it's all about. All right, before we get inside, because I know you're dying to get inside and check it out, I'm going to take you around the other side and show you all the other hatches. So you'll be picking up a little bit of a theme with our vans, and there is zero dead space. Absolutely every inch of this van that has any available space is utilised with drawers or storage. So this is the other side of where your Weber and sink is. Huge, huge internal space here. Camp chairs, maybe you want to put an esky, kids push bikes, literally a massive amount of storage here. You always have big bulky items. Your mat that goes out underneath the awning, you can tuck all that in here. Just a very, very versatile space. Up on top, once again, no wasted space. You can see some of the ducted air conditioning system in here, but this tunnel boot actually goes all the way to the other side, which means you can run your fishing rod holders, your long tent pegs, all those longer items. This is perfect for it. Plus, you never can have enough space in a caravan. So you really want to make sure you're utilising absolutely every inch. Dustproof, waterproof hatches once again. Now, as we sneak in here, look out, something sneaky. We've got the washing machine. Now this is gonna keep the missus happy. You don't have to head back into town to wash the clothes. You don't have to have a wash bucket. Chuck your socks, your jocks, your undies, your shorts, and that one t-shirt that you've probably worn for a week. Straight in here, you can do a couple of loads, hang them out on a clothesline, job done. Typically what I do is I have a soft, dirty clothes bag. All my dirty clothes get chucked in that, and I just leave it here. Then you're ready to go when it's time to do the washing. As we crack open this hatch, you've got a little bit of storage here. Maybe you want to put your sullage bags or a couple of storage clear boxes fit perfectly in this little section. You've got your hydraulic braking system here, and this is where your diesel hot water unit is. Plus, you've got your air tank for your compressor. So a little bit of a maintenance hatch, that one. Now, I told you this van had an epic 12 volt system, and it's all tucked away in here nice and neatly. Now up front, guys, we've got a DC-DC charger, so that means while you're traveling with your vehicle, plug into your Anderson in the back of the car. That's gonna be topping up your van batteries while you're driving in between those campsites, which is super handy. Underneath here, guys, we've also got your 240 inlet. If you're pulling up to a caravan park, plug it in. If you're at home, you can plug it in just to keep that trickle charge topping up your batteries. Solar chargers, we've got two 150. We split them specifically so you can run 2 separate banks. If anything were to happen, if you were to have a battery charger go down, you were to smash a solar panel, it's not going to completely take away all of your charging power. You're only going to lose half a bank. We've got an external solar charger here. It's a plug on the back, up to a 400 foldable panel, hard panel. If you want that extra solar, you can plug it out the back. Now, up on top, we're already running 1,320 watts of solar. You heard that right. And once again, guys, everything that I'm showing you here is standard. A lot of other caravan manufacturers, they're gonna give you what their specs are. Everything's up, 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 up. Everything here is standard, okay? There's only really one upgrade that we can do. When we're talking battery power, they're a lithium battery setup out of Brisbane. You can have 660 amps, or you can upgrade it to 880 amps. That's probably one of the only real upgrades. Everything else that I've talked about on this van is standard. That is our base model. If you have any dramas, for example, we had a customer call up the other day, their solar wasn't working. We're actually able to remotely log into this system, check it out on the computer and see what's happening. It actually turned out it was just an extremely overcast day. They were still getting charged, just not as much as they had anticipated. Now, if we can't diagnose the issue from HQ, they've all got a nice QR code on them. So we can actually scan that QR code, get onto the team in the Netherlands, and they can log in. We've been able to fix every issue without having to take a customer to our HQ or to a 12-volt shop. Most of it we can actually sort remotely, which is absolutely incredible. The other thing I know what you're thinking is there's a lot going on here. How am I going to know what's what? We've just created a brand new panel that will be going in here, and it explains exactly which unit is what, so you have a better understanding. Unfortunately, it's not in this display model, but that's what you want, a 12-volt system that's simple, easy to understand, simple to self-diagnose with the easy fusing. And the fact that we can actually log in and help you guys, absolutely amazing. So the last hatch here, this will make a lot more sense when we get inside the van, but we run a composting toilet setup. There's a lot of places now that don't like the chemical toilets. Now, a chemical toilet, depending on how many people in the van, you might only get 3 to 4 days use, and then you have to find a dump point. It's messy, there's a lot of chemicals involved. A composting toilet is incredible because it is simple as a double-lined bucket, sawdust, business goes in the back, and business one goes in the front into your black water tank. Once you've filled the bucket, you can slide the secondary bucket out, swap them over. So this, once again, guys, just gives you that longevity when you're away, when you're in the bush. So if you are off-grid, guys, this is a biodegradable bag, a little bit of sawdust and a bit of number 2. All you have to do is go and dig a hole, dig it nice and deep, chuck this in, and everything will compose naturally. No chemicals, no mess, and it allows you to stay off-grid for probably 3 to 4 weeks with the multiple bin setup. So that really does allow you to stay off-grid for as long as you like without having to go and find a dump point. Let's check out the back of the van. The way we've designed the back of these vans is to be extremely modular, once again, to suit your camping needs. If you love being remote, you're gonna stay for a year on the road, you're gonna head up to the tip of Australia through the Kimberley region, you might wanna run 2 spare wheels just for that added safety. So you can option it for the 2 spare wheels on the back, or another variation, 1 spare wheel, and then we actually have a wood box. You could swap the wood box out for a straight waterproof storage box, a generator box. It really is customizable to suit your needs. We've even got more options coming for the back of these. Now, if you're a push bike rider, we do also have a bike rack that comes out and you can put your pushies on the back without interrupting your spare wheels, which I know a lot of you guys love. But simple, once again, strong as nails, and very, very versatile for your camping needs. You can also see up top here, we got the handy camera giving you that nice vision out the back of your van. So one thing you will notice is the external step as we come around to the back of the chassis here. This is actually being done on purpose. You can install a step underneath, but we've designed this van with off-road capabilities in mind. We wanted to make sure everything was up as high as possible. The first thing that's going to go behind this tyre when you're off-road is a drop-down step. We find this is the best option. As you keep coming through the back of the chassis, Nice 45-degree angle here. This is giving you that best possible departure angle and making sure we've still got a sturdy rear bar here to hold all your accessories. You'll see on the back here, along with your drop-down stabilizer arms, we've also got handy tow points. These are rated recovery points that are going to allow you to be pulled out if you do happen to get bogged. I've actually had the 11-footer going down gunshot on nothing but the chassis. We had both wheels in the air, so I can tell you these chassis are absolutely bulletproof. What you will notice underneath here is everything has been designed with clearance in mind. Everything's tucked up nice and hard. We got bash plates underneath all of your water tanks, your hoses, your water pipes, your electrics. Everything is up really high right underneath that chassis. There's nothing that's going to get caught when you're off-road. It's time. Let's get inside this 14-footer. I know you've been waiting for it. Before we actually do get inside, let's talk about the door. Now, I know you're thinking, the door, what's so important about a door? Well, on a little hybrid, you don't always get a split screen door. When you're up here, Fraser Island, for example, and you've got these ginormous horseflies floating around trying to bite you, trust me, it's pretty important. Plus, you get an incredible amount of airflow. Nice little hook. Simply hook that on there, guys. If you want to leave the fly screen open, obviously you can shut that at night time. Here we go, straight inside the 14-footer. So, as soon as you walk in, the first thing you'll notice is there's actually plenty of space. For a 14-foot van, it's absolutely incredible. The Taj Mahal. We got the king-size bed, guys. In a 14-footer, a king-size bed is absolutely incredible. And I don't know about you, but I'm a huge fan of a king-size bed. It's what I run at home. So for me and the missus, a king-size bed is incredible. So one thing you'll notice while you're looking around as well is like, there is a huge amount of head height. If you're under that sort of 5'6", 5'7", you can almost walk in here with the roof down. What's cool about that is if you've done a long day's driving, you pull up on the side of the road, even though it's only a push a button and takes about a minute, you can literally open that door, don't worry about any of the stabilizer legs, don't have to open anything, one key, unlock the door, straight in, lock it, straight into bed, still plenty of head height, you're not claustrophobic, and you're asleep for the night. But when you do pull up to a campsite, roof goes up, huge amount of headroom, plus the amount of ventilation you get out of a pop top is incredible. Now, there used to be a lot of negativity towards pop-top vans, leaking issues, flapping, having to like poke all the canvas in when you're putting it away. That's all a thing of the past. We've spent a lot of time and engineering making sure that these roofs are absolutely bulletproof. Push of a button, electric roof. Now, these actuators are a slow screw-pitched actuator, which means we can actually take a hell of a lot of weight up on the roof. Yes, we've got all the solar panels, but we do also have an option. If you want to put a tinny on top, it can handle that, no dramas at all. So once that roof comes down, there's no external latches. The hydraulics actually pull it so firm that you don't need to clip anything down. That's all you do. Push the button, roof goes down, no leaks, no dust. It is absolutely incredible. Because we've gone with a really short pop, you don't have a flapping issue. You've got this nice bungee cord that you can probably see here that wraps the whole way around. That stays there. So when you're pushing that button and the roof comes down, all the canvas folds in. You don't have to tuck anything in. You don't have to make sure it's okay. It really is simple. And my honest opinion, I love a pop top. If I had the option to have the 14 hard top or 14 pop top, which is an option because some people really do just want that hard top, I'm taking the pop top every day of the week. The extra headroom, the epic ventilation, just that amount of airflow here at the beach. You don't even need the aircon. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 massive windows and you get all of this other airflow coming into the van. Plus the travel height. I love being able to tow this thing. It sits at the same height as my vehicle. Less drag, less fuel, more efficiency. There is a lot of pluses and ticks to a pop top. They have come an extremely long way. Now, up atop, above the bed there, you can see all of the air vents. That's that ducted air conditioning I was talking about, and also the ducted heating. You also have a reading light, his and hers reading light, with the USB point on the side. So you can charge your phones right there next to the bed where you want them. You know you're gonna sit there and scroll. Hopefully you don't, but the option is there. 2 Sirocco fans, one on either side. These are great just for that airflow. If you don't want to be cranking that air conditioning, you just want that little bit of breeze at night, they are perfect. While I'm talking about breeze, let's talk about these windows. Simple, but functional, guys. Blackout when you want to go to bed or you're getting changed. Push of a button and you've got that straight ventilation. These are a dustproof, waterproof seal, locking down. There's absolutely nothing getting through that, but you get a massive, massive amount of ventilation with these windows. If you've got no flies, no bugs, or if you do, there's your mozzie mesh. Perfect. Other than the lighting on the headboard, guys, we've got lights all the way around the van. Once again, you've got that white function, or we can go to the white and orange, or we can just go straight orange. So if you want to make sure there's no extra bugs inside the van, you've got the option. It's always nice to have the option there. All right, seating for 4 people. This is a 2-person van, right? Great for a couple, the missus, but maybe you got a couple of kids, you punt them outside in the swag. When it's dinner time, if it's blowing an absolute Megan gale outside, you can still come inside. That was literally simply a push of a button, slide out the table. There's a very big reason we did this, and it's just to get rid of the table. There is nothing worse than having this table that you need to constantly move around on a pole. If you want to get changed, if you want to have extra clothes bags, this is the ultimate solution. Push the button, table comes out, mum, dad, 2 kids in here having dinner, no dramas whatsoever. This is for inclement weather, guys. Like we spoke about, you want to be outside. You want to be out there enjoying it. That's why you get out into the bush. But it's nice to have the option. Pouring rain, blowing a gale, couple of glasses of wine, couple of beers, playing cards, absolutely incredible. Now, if you do have a couple of young kids, make sure you get onto the team. We've got a couple of really innovative designs where you can actually run a bit of a stretcher bed up above the head or down the side. So that means you can sneak 1 or 2 kids inside the 14-footer as well. Let's talk about storage. I told you that there was no wasted space, and I was not joking. Did you hear that latch? The quality of these latches. These are all made so that you can go on those corrugated roads up north like I was talking about. Nothing's going to rattle loose. One thing that's important to mention is there is absolutely no timber in this van. It's all lightweight aluminium. Have a look at the size of that drawer. It goes all the way back here. This is great typically for your clothes. A his side, a her side, you know, let's be honest, she's probably gonna want all of this one, and she's probably gonna want the one underneath as well that goes all the way back. So yours, hers, and maybe you can use this one for extra food, towels, those picnic rugs, whatever it might be. Underneath the seats, guys, massive amounts of storage. We waste 0 space. There is not an inch of space in this van that we don't utilise with storage. Both underneath this seat and 2 on that seat as well. While we are sitting here, I think it's also important to show you we've got the outlets. This is something we've learned over the years when we were actually out camping. We used to have the button up on behind the kitchen there to open the table, which was just annoying. You sit down and then you go, oh, I want the button. And this is what I love about Skye RV. After all the years towing his vans around, he takes every little bit of feedback that I give him and he actually implements it into the van. So when you're sitting here, that's where the button should be to slide your table out, right? It just makes sense. The other thing we used to do is have the 240 outlets up behind the kitchen. Now we still have that because it's great for cooking inside. But if you're sitting here and you want to do a little bit of work, we've also got a power board here. Very handy little power board. You get your 240 volt outlets plus USB-C and USB right there. Above that, we've also snuck in another USB and USB-C. So this, you really can work home away from home, have your phones charging, have your computer gear charging, all these important things. Okay, so that's great for the laptop, but when you want to watch telly, well, of course, we haven't forgotten about you. Nice, handy bracket here, and guys, this one is removable, right? So when you're traveling, wow, you don't do that, but what you do is you just lay it flat on your bed and typically that won't go anywhere. When you rock up to camp, guys, it's this simple. You just grab your telly, sit it on this little clip, lock it into place, and away you go. If you're only going short distances, you can leave the TV there. It is on the handy bracket, so if you want to sit on the couch and watch TV, or if you're going to bed, you can get this one out here, front and center, right where you want it. Great little TV. If you want to run a portable Starlink on the van, that's an option that we can do for you as well. And you can sit here, watch your Netflix, your Amazon, your Prime, your Stan, I don't know, Disney, and your million other apps. But let's get into the back half of this van. The kitchen, let's talk about it. For a 14-foot van, this is an absolutely insane kitchen setup. The idea is we are living outside, but the weather always goes bad once in a blue moon. So, well, actually it happens far more often than that, and you know that. Happens when you tend to go camping. So you want to make sure you do have the option to be inside. You got your 240 outlets here, great for a little induction cooktop. You can cook inside, you can do your washing up, sit down at the table and enjoy your dinner without getting blown away or rained on. Internal fridge, like we spoke about, guys. This is a 110 with a nice little 20-litre freezer up top. So you can sneak, I tend to sneak my ice creams in there. I don't tell the missus they're in there, I just grab one every now and again. So that is a really handy fridge. And it's at a nice height to access from outside. So even if you've got food stored in here, it is as simple as coming up to the front step, grabbing your food out, and you're straight to your prep bench. Everything just flows nicely inside this van. Storage, once again, guys, never lacking in storage. Massive drawers. Whether you want to set this up as pantry, whether you want to have some cooking appliances inside, put your portable induction cooktop in here, every single inch. Even the way we've designed the drawers to cut back at a 45 to match the back of that van for that departure angle on the back of the van that we were talking about earlier. Every inch is taken up. Handy little fire extinguisher down here. Once again, that's designed so you can open the door, you can grab it nice and easy for inside or outside, right at your fingertips. Storage up top. No wasted space. You can hide your washing up liquid, you can hide your sponges. I like to have two setups, a full cooking and cleaning setup outside, and you've got a cooking cleaning setup inside, so you don't have to keep going back and forth. So you chuck all your sponges, your washing up liquid, all those sorts of things in there. This little black cable that you can see here, guys, just in case you're wondering, that is all our 12-volt, fully waterproofed. It's the only penetration going through the roof. That's something that's also very important to mention. As you can see, this beautiful clean roof, we have specifically designed the air conditioning unit to be 12-volt, one, for better off-grid capabilities, and two, because we can store it in the front hatch. Means your roof is clean. And what do we do with a clean roof? We load it up with solar. That's how we're able to get so much solar capacity on the roof. Now, let's sneak inside the toilet shower combo. Yes, little 14-footer, you have a huge shower. If you come in here, guys, this is one of my favorite features of this hybrid van, the pole coming down off the roof. You'd be surprised. I don't know if any other van actually has this. It's the first time I've seen it. A lot of the time in your hybrid, you're down like this and you're trying to wash your hair. This is a great setup. Look, push of a button. You can stand underneath this. Even I'm 6'4". No, I'm not. I'm almost 6 foot. That's what I keep telling myself. But even at 6 foot, you can have a nice shower in here, and it's quite roomy. Now, the composting toilet we spoke about, that is here on the side, guys. Like I said, number 2 at the back, number 1 in the front. Nice and simple, easy. So being a toilet shower combo, obviously we're utilizing the most amount of space in this van. What I typically do is I have a little timber grate that I put on the floor, and that means I can have my shower, and then when I finish my shower, sometimes you still have just a little bit of water residue on the floor. I put that timber grate in, and that's great to be able to come in, use your toilet, and it doesn't matter even if the floor's a little wet. You're not going to keep walking wet feet in and out of the van. Once again, guys, beautiful ventilation in here with the pop top, just so you don't get any of that moisture smell. If you want to enclose the top, all we've done is we've put a super handy little clip up here so you can move that out of the way. Once again, more ventilation, but when you want to shower, bye-bye, simply zip that up and nobody can see you. The other thing I wanted to show you guys in here, this will keep the missus happy. You know how much stuff they tend to take. Your extra toilet rolls, your soaps, shampoos, and the other 1,000 things that apparently women need when they are in a bathroom. I don't know how you need so many things, but I'm not judging. So great little storage. Once again, guys, no wasted space. And even as we sneak out of the toilet shower combo here, guys. All it is a little bungee cord over the door, meaning that that's not gonna swing open while you're traveling. So that's pretty important, guys. Really heavy duty locks. Nothing's gonna open up when you're traveling. All the windows are shut tight. The roof is down. Everything just tucks away exactly where you need it. You never walk into this van and see cupboards and doors open and all your things banging around on the floors. These are designed to hit those corrugated roads and to get to the other end, walk inside, and it's all pretty and beautiful. So switching, we've actually tucked the nice little panel down here. It makes it easy so you can use it whether you're inside the van or if you're just standing here at the door. The roof, it's on a push of a button right here, roof up, roof down. You've got your entry step lights. You can turn your compressor on here if you want to lift those airbags up and down or pump up your tyres. You got your water pump, you got your lights, and you've got your shower lights here as well, guys. Nice little Victron control panel here. This is going to tell you everything you need to know right at your fingertips. How much battery power you got, how much power is going in, how much power you're drawing. Basically, how long can I sit here? And I can tell you with this system, as long as you want. Underneath, we've got our control panel for our diesel hot water unit. Nice and easy too. Push of a button, turn that heater on. Give it a couple of minutes and you'll be ready to go for a shower. All right, guys, well, there we go. The 14-foot Skye RV. This is a bit of a personal favourite of mine. I've travelled around Australia in one of these and around America. If you're after the ultimate couples van, whether you're a young couple, whether you're an elderly couple, it's a very versatile, compact, easy to tow unit that's going to go absolutely anywhere your vehicle can take you. All right, guys, I'm going to make sure I put a link in the description. You can jump straight over to the website now. You can check out all the pricing and details on the 14-footer, plus the full range of Skye RV vans. Pop tops, hard tops, 9-footers, all the way through to 21'6". We got couples and family vans. This has been the 14-footer. I hope you enjoyed the little walk around, and I hope to see you out on the road in a Skye RV.